Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the part 4, which I thought was just going to be one quick part of Kiyoko's walkthrough. This is going to be the finale. I don't see this being that long, but no matter what, I'm going to make this the last episode because it just has to be. I don't care if it's 90 minutes. We're doing this gosh darn thing. Let's go ahead, load on up. I think this was the July 10th, 2024. It's got to be this one. I sure hope it is. We got to skip a lot last time, so I'm really hoping that this is the last time through. Anyway, I feel like an EMP is about to go off in my local area of Montana. I don't have like schizophrenia or anything like that, but I just have a feeling there's an EMP. Just thought I'd share that with you guys if I go dark midway through the episode. Anyway, let's continue. Rushing out of the room, the image of Naomi shifts quickly to the empty corridors as my legs pump rhythmically in motion. I would say maybe omit the I. I don't think that needs to be there. Leaving her alone is bad enough, but I don't see her as the type to hold it against me. Over the past few days, I've learned she's not going to give up on Kiyoko. Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to recap, I guess I can just go back, and it was the old
Don't just stand there! Go!
No... Again, Naomi is best girl because she's like, hey, you go after Kiyoko. Don't worry about me here. So, okay, we'll get back to this. Anyway, I don't want to either. Classroom doors whizzing past me in a sprint as I reach the staircase, frantically shifting my body down to the steps as I chase after Kiyoko. The sounds of her cries getting louder as I approach the courtyard with a ragged breath, with her being the only thing on my mind. Kiyoko.
I guess I've lost it a bit since then. Huh. We don't do much running in the science club, do we?
Kiyoko.
Do you want to hear the truth? Or do you just want me to keep lying to you?
Turning to face me, Kiyoko's face remains stained with tears as she continues to weep. Her sharp breath cutting between her cries and sniffles as she stands ahead, no longer the cheerful girl I've become so accustomed to. Kiyoko.
Please.
The truth then. Letting out her feelings to me, Kiyoko wipes away the tears dripping from her cheeks as she continues with a ragged breath. Her cries now muffled by nervousness as she tries to gather herself, her past now before her as she faces it head on.
I've told you before, right?
Without any interjection from myself, Kiyoko continues forward with strained breaths, muttering out the words held at the back of her mind.
I used to be on the athletics team.
The story itself familiar, yet the sight of Kiyoko still strains my heart as she bats her eyes away, tears welling beneath them.
I was good too, but you wouldn't let me run anymore. She wouldn't let me race. She ruined it for me. Do you really think I could forgive her? She was such a friend, but...
A pained history welling up through her anger as Kiyoko turns away, tears once again flowing from her eyes as they drop to the ground. Shattering like glass as I watch them fall, starved for words as my mouth remains ajar, heart beating in agony as I watch her suffer. Alone in a cold, vast world.
She sabotaged the other runners, and they blamed it on me. I was banned from the team. Do you see why I can't forgive her? Even though...
Kiyoko. A heartbroken girl before me. Whether stopping in now is right or not isn't the question. It's whether I want to. Seeing her like this, clothes stained with tears as she tucks her head into her hands. I don't want her to be alone anymore. Maybe it wasn't like that.
But the other members, they were jealous. They pressured her to get me out of the club. Why else would she do it? I thought she was my friend. I thought you were my friend.
Okay, what did we do? I am your friend. That's why I can't see you hurt like this. Glaring towards me with her anger now spiraling out of control, all I can do now is tell her the truth. Naomi's truth. My truth. Do you really think she'd come back for you? Do you think that she'd want forgiveness if she didn't miss you? I don't know what went on in your lives, how close you two really were. But I sure as hell know that Naomi still wants you in hers. How painful it is for her, for you. She just wanted you to win, because you were her friend. Surely you can give her that chance. A moment of silence resting between us. Kiyoko looks to the ground as her breathing settles softly. Her prior anger dissipated as she loses herself in her thoughts.
You really think so?
Her voice strained. Kiyoko looks back towards me, cheeks damp with tears and eyes reddened, a complete contrast to her usual cute and upbeat allure. Of course I do. Naomi is hurt too. I don't think she can forgive herself either. You were best friends after all. Her breathing now settled. Kiyoko wipes her cheeks once again as her fingers glisten, covered in tears. It's not a beautiful sight, yet seeing her regain some form of composure is reassuring in the least. Finishing her brief pause, she aims her eyes towards me, once again, glossed with her remaining teardrops as she slowly parts her quivering, flushed lips.
I'll think about it.
Forgiving someone is hard, but for her not to take this chance, she'll never be able to repair the torn bonds between her and Naomi. Seeing the tears trickle down her face is evident enough she's taking a step out of her comfort zone.
But
What?
thank you.
You know, the Naomi hugs just hit different. I'm not talking about her milkers hitting our chest, but I mean like emotionally they just hit different. That's just my opinion though. You're free to feel what you want. In a flash, I find myself with Kiyoko's embrace as she takes me in her arms, a warm breath against my ear as she nestles her tears-soaked face into my neck. The warmth of her body a stark contrast against the cool evening air. What? Stumbling back on my shoes, in my own words, Kiyoko falls closer to me as we fall back before regaining balance.
I'm hugging you. What do you think I'm doing?
The feeling is still somewhat foreign as she brushes against me, her hair stroking my face as her words cross the thin gap to my ear. Please just stroke me. I've never had a girl this close to me before, except Naomi.
You don't have to say it.
Speaking my words aloud, Kiyoko lets out a faint giggle, close enough to send a tingly feeling throughout my body. But why?
Because you've been here for me. It means a lot. So, I wanted to thank you.
With her breath in my ear, cheeks still moist with her prior tears and her warmth against my own, I can't help savor the moment as Kiyoko trails off into silence, seemingly enjoying it herself. The fruity citrus smell of her shampoo meeting my nostrils as her head rests nuzzled against my neck. I could get used to this.
Anyway.
Breaking our brief embrace, Kiyoko looks away timidly, wiping off the few tears still clung against her pale skin as her previous frown is nowhere to be found. Her lips now curled upwards in a cute, endearing smile, one I've been longing to see.
It might take some time, but I'll try it. I'll try to accept her.
Peering off into the distance, Kiyoko's eyes part from my own, briefly, giving me a chance to observe her once again. This girl, now complacent in the spring breeze as her rosy cheeks begin to dry in the evening air, is one of a kind. With her silky hair fluttering in the breeze, she finally returns my gaze, matching it with yet another smile.
Do you want to walk home together?
From the previous game, we know that her house is the other side, so we gotta get home, guys. We can't go the opposite way of our home. I don't see why not. Alright, I will not stand for this. Having left Naomi behind in the club room, I hate myself. I can't help but feel her eyes from the window above. I hate myself even more, overlooking the schoolyard and what seems to be the start of an emotional reunion. Both now ready to start the process of welding their broken bonds back together. Their chemical bonds. I'll just have to message her later. Reflecting back on our embrace, all that's on my mind now are thoughts of Kiyoko. Thoughts I can't bear to shake. Okay, skip this little transition. Oh, goody, we get a skip. Flashback.
Anyway,
We'll skip that.
it might take some time, but I'll try it. I'll try to accept her.
Alright, that was an epic flashback. The feeling of Kiyoko's warmth against my chest, still fresh within my mind. All I can do is smile, a spring breeze crossing my face. Whether things go to plan, that's for them to decide, but the steps to make them happy again are finally falling into place to make Kiyoko happy. Our history, despite brief, holds its own value in our lives. The antics of the science club, the highlight of my final year of high school. And this is only just the beginning. I get to skip this. Epic. That's a whole lot of skipping. Call Naomi. Okay. I mean, we've done this before. It's not hard to say that the sight of their faces makes me flustered too.
What do you want?
We have to skip this, unfortunately, because we've read this. This is a lot of skipping. Naomi says, I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Peering towards Kiyoko with a smile, happiness stays on her face as she turns back towards me. Oh, I guess this was their lunch date reunion special. A thankful look coating her eyes as she blinks quickly, scratching her face as she tries to shy away.
See you tomorrow.
Alright, we can skip this because it's blanked out. Oh, it's Ken. This is epic. Oh, I was just a bit set back by your sudden arrival, but that's all.
It's cool, you're a cool dude. Most of the other guys in the gym are a bit jealous, you know? You have been hanging with Naomi quite a lot after all.
I'll give him credit, but it's not like I'm with Naomi often. I've spent more of my time with Kiyoko recently.
Who is he?
My boyfriend. Get out. Get out, woman. Speaking of Kiyoko, she appears by my side, almost out of nowhere as Ken continues beaming a cheerful smile. He's just some guy. Oh, don't do this to Ken. This is the worst route we could have taken. Really, I don't know all that much about him to say anything besides that.
Okay.
Anyway, would you really say people are all that jealous? I know Naomi does have a lot of admirers, but so far, spending time with her really hasn't caused me any problems.
Oh, of course. I'd be flattered if people were jealous of me. Not because of these bad boys, but because it means I've achieved something.
Pointing towards his pecs, nipples barely covered by his gym jacket, Ken beams brightly with a smile I can only describe as content. I guess. Knowing that you have something others don't is a little rewarding, but isn't that just showing off?
Nah. Anyway, I should probably be off. I don't get paid by the hour to be here, you know?
You came here on your own Honda Accord?
You're right. I'll see you around.
That was the last time we ever saw Ken. Strutting off into the corridor, Ken makes a stylish exit as I scan the room one last time. Hopefully he's preying on someone other than me to become friends with. Kiyoko, on the other hand, looking English is hard, apathetically downwards towards her shoes, seemingly ignorant of her surroundings. How are you feeling?
Alright.
Alright, it's giving us the skip option, so we take it. Kiyoko just said, I like spending time with you. Okay, looks like we get to skip again. Pretty epic. Message Naomi, Kiyoko or Naomi. Gonna do a quick save on file number 9, right in the smack dab middle, because just in case. I feel like we obviously messaged Naomi last time, so we'll just see. Okay, we did. We'll load back up. Boom. Bada boom. And then we will message Kiyoko this time, because we didn't do that last time. A few fell taps later, my message appears on the screen. Any ideas for TMRW, which means tomorrow in internet speak? It's lazy, but it gets the job done. As Kiyoko would say, it's efficient. She responded, for all you SoundCloud, Napster, iTunes, Apple Music listeners, Kiyoko responded, "Can't you spell?" And then she said, "And isn't that your job?" Question mark with a smiley face. A tongue is sticking out, or perhaps a popsicle is going in stick first. I can't tell. Still, her following message more than coherent to understand, and at the end of the day, I guess it is. Kiyoko, still a fragile heart, relying on me to ensure that tomorrow goes smoothly. Her and Naomi's first real outing again. It's a lot of responsibility, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Okay, looks like we get to do a little skippy skip. Even more of a skippy skip. Either way, it's nice to see Kiyoko like this. It's admirable and in a way kind of cute. Okay, even more skippy. Skippy, skippy. Oh, fuck, Naomi. Okay, what did she say? Someone look on her face. What?
They'll notice me.
Okay, so this is when we come to see Naomi in the gym, so I just had to get the context. Okay, if it'd make you feel better, I can go get Naomi while you stay outside. I know it's hard for you.
I'll be fine.
Okay, we can skip that. Oh, man. Naomi's milkers. So this is when... Okay, it's exactly the same, regardless of the route. We just go out and play air hockey and go to the cafe. Other than that, nothing changes. Okay, Kiyoko says, "I have a better time in the club anyway, especially with you." That's pretty epic. The blush coating her otherwise pale skin is enough to tug at own heartstrings, maybe her own heartstrings, as she stares towards the ground sheepishly. Or maybe my own. I guess that would make sense. That's a given though, isn't it?
Of course. Anyway, speaking
Okay,
of...
we can skip that because it is all blanked out. What is the context here, I wonder?
Oh, it's just you.
How do we meet
What
like
do
this?
you think?
Okay, so this is when we were getting lunch before everyone else, and then we run into Naomi here, who is also at the vending machine, so...
What do you think? Oh, it's just you. Still, what makes you think I need your help pressing a button?
But because you couldn't reach it.
You didn't even give me a chance to try, you ass.
I'm pretty sure I gave you more than enough time. I knew you wanted those biscuits anyway.
No, that wasn't aggressive enough. Anyway, how was your weekend?
Okay, we get to skip this, unfortunately. Okay, she has to... I really have to go, so... Okay, goodbye, Naomi, unfortunately.
I'll see you later.
I guess we're skipping again. I couldn't care about science either, but as Naomi, I care about Kiyoko too. So this is the part where Naomi comes to the science club. Kind of epic, but it looks like we're skipping this one. Lots of skipping. Returning our focus to Kiyoko just as she finishes up with her notes, a similar smile sits on her face, graced by the sunlight as her lips catch the evening rays. This was our first sunlight of the episode. That's impressive. It's fascinating to watch her. It's fascinating to find myself liking her. Okay, it looks like...
Done!
Boom. Done. Done what?
She's done with her notes, idiot.
Yeah, idiot.
You don't have to join in. Letting out a laugh, Naomi's eyes are brought to tears as she wipes them away with nothing shy of a grin on her face. Kiyoko, caught by her outburst, smiles softly in the sunlight as she neatens a small stack of papers.
I guess you could say we're finished for the day. I'm glad you enjoyed the club.
I did. I had no idea what you were doing, but it was fun.
I'm glad.
Kiyoko looks shyly towards the floor, almost to distract us away from her embarrassed expression. Regardless, given the blossom on her cheeks, it's clear that she's enjoyed spending time with Naomi. I'm glad you two are getting along.
Of course we are. I didn't come all this way here for nothing.
You mean your club duties?
What do you think I meant?
Are you sure it's okay to just abandon your position as club captain? Don't you have stuff to do?
It'll work out, but you're right. People are probably looking for me. I should probably head back and sort some stuff out.
It was nice having you. You'll come again, right?
Of course. I'm a member after all.
With a smile, Kiyoko sees Naomi off as the two head towards the door, the evening light from the window keeping me company before she quickly heads back inside. So, you enjoyed it, right? Kiyoko ponders with her sight towards the floor, taking a moment to answer as she indulges in the brief moment of silence.
Of course.
A labeling theory added to the encyclopedia. We already have that. Resting her lab coat on a nearby chair, she moves to take a seat atop a small desk in the corner of the room. We get to skip this. Nope, maybe not. She looks sad. Oh gosh. Oh, I didn't expect this picture. This is going in the catalog. Even though we are faithful to Naomi, this is, regardless, going in the catalog. Probably the thumbnail, even. Is everything alright? Perched upon the desk, Kiyoko takes hold of her knee as a woeful expression coats her face. Almost basking in the silence, it takes her a while to respond as she looks towards the floor.
Things couldn't be better. Really.
That was a nice water break. Then what's wrong? I thought things went well today.
They did. It's not about that. It's just... You know about the labeling theory?
I'm not familiar. Holding herself tighter, Kiyoko adjusts her position on the desk, still keeping the same pensive look on her face. Her eyes glisten under the ambient light, a sign of her emotions coming to fruition.
People... They thought I was smart. It's not really like I'm just a...
I'm gonna skip that just because we've had this conversation, just not with this picture. So I think it's safe to say I can skip through this. Yeah, you're Kiyoko to me. I don't care what people say.
Friends, there's something I need to tell you.
Okay, here we go. Looking back towards me, Kiyoko holds a timid expression, a rosy blush covering her cheeks as she stands from her position on the desk. It's clear that she's nervous.
It's best if I just say it, right?
Holding a look of conviction in her eyes, Kiyoko looks towards me yet again.
I like you.
We like Naomi.
I've felt this way for a while.
With her feelings out in the open, I remain frozen in place, the gravity of the situation seeping into my mind as Kiyoko continues to talk, closing the gap between us.
Sometimes we have to adjust our personalities to appeal to those we want to be liked by. But with you, I haven't had to do that. Thinking about you, being with you, makes my heart race. Science can't explain that.
In reality, it's pretty easy to explain. She's in love, yet it wouldn't be romantic to argue otherwise. There are some things that science can't explain, right? I think I'm in love too, with Naomi. I like you too, Kiyoko. God, I hate this. Where's Naomi? Bring her to me. Okay, we'll do it for real. I like you too, Kiyoko. That's not genuine. Do I really need experiments and predictions to explain that? Thinking about it, the words were pretty easy to say. I like you. Coming here, I didn't expect to be making or receiving such a confession. But after all she's said and done, it now feels natural. As if this entire time there's always been a bond between us. A chemical bond.
Really?
Her previous composure now fleeting, the cute and innocent Kiyoko now returns to the room as a deep red blush blooms on her cheeks. Really? That was a lie. It's a cute look, as if being treated to the sight of cherry blossoms for the second time this year.
I'm glad.
Stepping forward, Kiyoko takes me into her embrace, her warmth quickly mixed with mine as the distance between our hearts continues to fleet. Taking a moment to revel in one another's presence, Kiyoko breathes against my neck as her soft hair rubs against my cheeks. Her hold on me grows tighter, pushing her soft chest further against my own. It's not something I'm going to complain about.
Until you came along, I was alone. Having you in my life has really made me happy.
Speaking with a strained voice, Kiyoko nuzzles into my neck. Ooh woo, the damp feeling of her cheeks brushing against my skin, a clear sign she's been crying. You had Naomi though, right?
Don't ruin the moment. You know I meant in the club.
With her cheerful voice quickly returning to her, it's hard not to notice my heart beating away in my chest. I'm sure she feels the same. Well, that's true for me too. I didn't join the club for the science, and you know that.
Love is a science too. But this was my first experiment. I'm happy it was with you.
I experimented with a man named Robert in summer camp. There was a tube sock involved. Anyway, back to the story. Breaking out of our embrace, Kiyoko holds an endearing smile as she looks back towards me with a blush.
I really love you.
Hearing those words is enough proof I found something through the afternoons spent in this dusty lab. From having found her alone not all too long ago to being welcome into her world. I'm happy. I'm glad I can be here for her.
Anyway, I guess we should start cleaning up, right?
What? Don't you want to talk about our feelings some more? Picking up on my teasing tone, Kiyoko smiles warmly in return.
We'll always have plenty of time for that.
Nice. We finished the club as always. Kiyoko puts away her equipment and I did whatever I could to help. With such a normal routine, it's strange to think that we are now a couple of friends, and that's it. But I like it. We walked home together, and even though it was quite a detour to her house, every second was enjoyable. Our first stroll home as a couple. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, how our houses were in opposite directions in our first playthrough. Things can only continue to get better. If Naomi was here. Heading out into the corridor, another day worth of fun looms on the horizon as I count down the time until club activities begin yet again. Ever since yesterday, I haven't been able to shake the thought of her from my mind. We're gonna skip this flashback. We just saw that. Sure, we see one another in class, but it's the special moments together that are most enjoyable. Okay, we just saw
You go
that.
on ahead and get us a seat. I need to get something from the lab.
Why don't I just come with you?
But then Naomi will be sat there on her own.
Oh, is Naomi gonna confess to us now? Ooh, baby, is what she said, but I really don't think Naomi would care all that much. Seeing as the three of us, our now friends, I think that's supposed to be our, seeing as the three of us are now friends, even more so in our case, Naomi will be fine on her own. Ooh.
You're late.
Lunch has only just started.
Didn't you hear me? And where's Kiyoko?
Did joining the science club give you the urge to ask questions at any opportunity?
Did being an ass give you the urge to be an ass at any opportunity?
Yes.
Just answer me.
She's gone to get something from the lab. She'll be here soon. Crossing her arms as if in an attempt to stifle herself from her usual humph, Naomi goes back to staring at her lunchbox intently. You wanted her to try it, didn't you?
Does that
I'm home. I'm here.
Having approached our table as her usual energized self, Kiyoko shifts to a blush, basking in the awkward atmosphere she herself created. Welcome home.
It was a mistake, okay?
Taking a seat by my side, Kiyoko pouts sharply towards me before returning to her usual self. Another heartwarming smile, another opportunity to send my heart racing yet again.
Anyway, look.
Pulling out a small blue box from her bag, Kiyoko rests it on the table before popping its lid. A neatly made lunch inside. So you made both lunches? So you both made lunches then?
I wanted you to try it.
I wanted her to try it.
Honestly, this situation seems pretty cliched.
You can have some too, I guess.
Given the fact it's been hard to avoid obvious stares from some of her admirers, trying her lunch is a definite gamble. Seeing as Kiyoko asked first, and that she's my girlfriend, trying hers first seems like the better option. Not that this matters, we'll save it, I don't know. God damn it, I hate this fucking game. Fucking Kiyoko. I love this game. Pushing her lunch in front of me, Kiyoko looks away with a blush, signaling what she wants to say without any words. Given that she's my girlfriend, it'd be rude not to try hers first. Of course I'm going to try it. Taking my chopsticks towards Kiyoko's food, I watch as Naomi looks on in anguish. Clearly she's jealous that I'm trying it first. This is great, Kiyoko.
What?
Really? I'm glad you like it.
Let me have some.
Snatching a fried dumpling, Naomi quickly gobbles it down without an attempt to even savor the flavor.
I love it.
Watching as Naomi continues to tuck in, Kiyoko's face snaps from her usual smile to shock.
I need to eat too, you know.
Pulling the lunchbox back towards her, Kiyoko tucks into her food as Naomi stares towards me with a pensive gaze.
Well,
You want me to try yours too then?
don't eat too much. The rest is for her.
What about your share?
I'll think about that later.
She's so thoughtful, man. Shrugging it off, I pick out some of her lunch with my chopsticks. Surprisingly, as I slowly eat away, it tastes pretty good.
How is it?
It's alright. God, fuck.
All right.
Let me try it.
Dude, we should have started with Naomi. Taking some for herself, Kiyoko slowly chews away at a small piece of sausage, yet still managing to keep herself cute. It's adorable.
This is great.
See? At least someone liked it.
I never said I hated it. I thought it was pretty good.
Make yourself clearer next time.
Taking her lunchbox back, the three of us continue to eat together, enjoying the opportunity to have lunch as friends.
You're looking pretty happy.
Bathing an inquisitive stare, Naomi looks towards us as she sits by herself on the other side of the table. Me or her?
Both of you.
Well, after the events of yesterday, there's a lot to be happy about. I don't think telling her about it over 2 lunchboxes and a pre-packed sandwich is the best idea. About that. Briefly peering towards Kiyoko, she looks too nervous as her cheeks redden with a crimson tint.
I did it.
You did what?
I made it onto the national roster. I've been invited to take part in a test for the top students in the country.
This is the first time I've heard of this, but it's better than I told Markapi I love him. As happy as I'd be to tell her, doing it over lunch in the middle of a crowded hall really isn't the place. Congratulations?
Yeah, what he said.
Neither of you seem all that impressed.
It's just... It was obvious you'd make it on there, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for you, I really am.
I can't deny that. But thanks.
I'm happy for you too, Kiyoko. Blowing a raspberry. Kiyoko pouts back towards me. What was that for?
I knew you were happy. Jeez. I can tell by your face.
I think it's good to hear that she can read my emotions, but that wasn't the reaction I was expecting.
At least you won't have to train as hard compared to those races. I'd love to just sit in a chair all day.
But clearly you don't, because you hate studying.
Well, I don't remember telling you that.
Studying is training too. I have to work really hard for this, you know? Anyways, lunch is about to end. We should clear up.
She's right. Despite having come to an end so fast, our first lunch together as a couple sure was nice. The peaceful tranquility of friendship, now something the three of us can enjoy.
Oh, Naomi. I know what he's happy about too, but it's a secret.
See, Naomi would never do that. She wouldn't be like, oh, it's a secret. This is blasphemy right here, fellas. Heading off with her bag into a mass of students, leaving the hall, Naomi sits with her chin perched in her hand as she rests against the table. An eerily real look of interest steady within her eyes.
Is that so? Well, if it's a secret, there's no point in prying.
You're saying that as if you're going to pry anyway.
Me? No. It's just that whatever it is, it can't stay a secret forever, can it? You know what Kiyoko's like.
Stepping up from her seat, Naomi too clears away her lunch before slinging her bag around her shoulder.
It's just that she seems really happy around you. Don't you think?
Is it really that obvious? Heading to my side, Naomi awaits as the funneling of students out the canteen begins to stagnate. If Kiyoko's feelings are truly that obvious, then hers too are just as blatant. You don't want to walk out alone? Come on then, let's go. Confession time, perhaps? Maybe? Walking into the labs yet again, a wave of content washes over me as I reminisce about the events of yesterday. In this very room, my entire school life had seemingly changed, yet it really doesn't feel all that different. Again, here with Kiyoko, all of this feels natural. The highlight of my day as I get to relish in the time spent with the cute girl beside me.
I won't be making it to club today. There's a big race I have to train for.
Thanks for letting me know.
What? No. I'll miss you, Naomi.
I wish I could say that. Alas, alone, that is, as bad as it to say, it's better than that she's not here. This way we can be a little more free to express our feelings.
I don't think we'll be able to do much today.
Why's that?
Well, I need to study in the next few weeks. A lot. I'd like to use club time to do that, if that's okay with you.
Seeing that I'm hardly the most engaged member of the club, it really doesn't make any difference. I'd still be spending time with her, whether she's playing with beakers or playing with books. My role here hasn't changed. Of course it's okay. I'm here to cheer you on, right?
I appreciate it. I actually need you to be pretty quiet whilst I study, but having you be here is more than I can ask for.
Smiling gently, Kiyoko grabs her blazer from a nearby chair before putting on her lab coat in her usual fashion. You don't really need to wear that today, do you?
It's still nice to wear. It looks good, right?
It sure does. Having given her a nod, Kiyoko seems pleased by my answer and heads to a nearby desk. The once barren space in front of her quickly filled by books, paper, and all sorts of utensils pulled from her bag. She's really taking this seriously. As smart as she seems, I guess she does really need to study after all. Time moves forward as the seconds count away, the atmosphere in the room still unchanged since we arrived. Kiyoko, sitting in the same spot as she started, still intently going over a strewn pile of notes as she jots away with her pen. It's a wonder to see, but knowing that the next few weeks would be like this, I can't help but feel a little sad. The joyous energy that the club once had, now captured by a silent, stoic aura as the two of us mind our own business. That's not to say I haven't caught her peering in my direction each and every time with the same cute smile. For that, I guess it's worth it. I want to be here for her. Looking around the room, the same sights remain just as they were the first time I walked in here. Sunlight seeping through the windows, adding a flare to the stray bits of dust floating around the room. The odd equipment neatly stacked towards the back, each one of them, I'm sure, having ran into Kiyoko at some point. It's almost nostalgic.
Do you like it here?
No. Taking a break from her studies, Kiyoko looks towards me with a warm smile as she twirls a pen in her hand, seemingly giving off one of the most sophisticated looks she has to date. It's a nice sight. What do you mean? Spending time with you is always fun.
I mean here. The lab. Do you like it?
It's got a certain charm to it, sure. Being the place we met certainly helps. Despite having been in the same class for a while, having survived the shuffle up of second year, it was the first time I'd ever spoken to her properly. Of course, as classmates, it's not like we'd never exchanged any words at all. I'm sure I said good morning to her once.
But there's that. This place. It helps me relax. Not just because I'm a scientist.
A scientist in training?
Well, I'd say I'm pretty qualified. Regardless, it is really nice. I'm glad you like it too.
Heading back to her notes with nothing more than a few hums, I look over her character once again, taking in what truly is a wonderful sight. Her beautiful brown hair flowing neatly in a ponytail, the lab coat, albeit unnecessary, caressing her small frame as she adjusts herself on her chair. Even though we're together, it still feels pretty creepy eyeing her up like this. I should get back to doing, well, not all that much. Jeez, this is a long-ass study session, man. Leaning back in her chair, Kiyoko turns her head towards me, giving yet another smile.
I think I'm finished. For now, anyway.
Oh man, you mean you're going to do more?
Of course, but we can't stay here all night. I need dinner too, you know?
She can't stay here forever either. Gathering up her things, Kiyoko puts them all away nicely into her bag as always, club having finished despite not really happening in the first place. Well, I'm glad you're trying your hardest.
It's really okay. Having you here means a lot, but there's something I need to tell you.
Now struck by a wave of nervousness, Kiyoko taps her small feet against the floors. Her shoes ring out a sequence of taps against the hard tiles.
I think it's best if I cancel the club for a while. I just don't want things to get boring for you. I'll be studying a lot in the next few weeks.
Really? Peering away with a flustered face, Kiyoko takes a few breaths as she stands still on the spot.
I just don't want to bother you.
You're not bothered, Kiyoko, but if that's how you feel, then I want you to do your best.
I won't be able to see you much outside of class.
Thinking about it like that, it really is pretty heavy, having just started our relationship to be held back from seeing one another more so than usual. I don't know what to feel. The best thing I can do is support you, right? I want the best for you.
It means a lot. I'm going to smash that test just for you.
That's epic. Hearing her energetic voice yet again, it adds some warmth to my heart. I really do love her.
I really like you.
You confessed yesterday, remember?
Of course I do. I would never forget that. I just like saying it.
I really, really like you too, Kiyoko.
You added an extra really.
That's because I mean it. He lied through his teeth. Looking back on those days, it really was a world away. Kiyoko and I enjoying this time together in the club as usual, even if we didn't really do all that much. Thinking about it, it was the day I started having these feelings. ... A few weeks have passed since that day. As far as I'm aware, her test is pretty soon, and I'm happy that she's still trying hard. But something is missing. Naomi. Whether it's the feeling of being together, spending time with her, and having fun as always, or something else entirely, I really don't know. I expected a relationship to be a little different, but so far nothing's really changed besides the amount of time we spend together. It's gotten worse. Still, seeing her from day to day in class, it doesn't feel like what we told one another had ever happened. I still love her, but I don't know what love really means. Dude, what's with this? Like, we have so much adversity with this relationship with Kiyoko, but with Naomi, like, after she confessed, it was like, all right, we good, we in love forever. This is quite a different story here. Oh my gosh. Walking up the usual road towards school, things are noticeably warmer as summer quickly approaches. Students like me heading towards another day's worth of education. There's a hair in my mouth. Oh my god, I'm going to die. That's what normal is, right? That's what I was looking for, right? A normal life, a normal relationship, something that wouldn't stand out from the crowd, allowing me to be myself and ride through life just like anybody else. This is getting depressing. Is what I really found that normal. Kiyoko Ishikawa, a girl living life in her own world as our own passes by without a hitch. A girl seemingly given the gift of athleticism, brains, and beauty. Perfection at its finest. Am I really good enough for her? What the fuck? With the question floating around in my head, the time we spend apart continues to grow, ticking away softly as our heart continues in rhythm. Why are we questioning if we're good enough for her in this walkthrough when, like, Naomi, who's like the school idol, the gosh darn goddess of this land, this island nation of Japan, like, she's the top dog, and we're like, oh, I wonder if we're good enough for Kiyoko, but we never say, oh, I wonder if we're good enough for the actual goddess who is Naomi. Like, what is this? This has no place here. Joining the crowd of students heading through the gates, I make my way to school. Skippy skip. We haven't skipped in a while, man. This is God, I said I was gonna go even if it took 90 minutes. I regret saying that, but we're gonna keep going. Oh man. Things feel different as I make my way into class. The previous aura of activity now replaced with a solemn air of serenity as summer break quickly approaches. The sight of people wafting themselves with cool air or chugging down bottles of water not being uncommon. Despite any distinct uniform policy as these months approach, it's clear almost everyone has opted to stick with a single white shirt, including her. Hey, Kiyoko. Small exchanges like these now commonplace between us, our only form of communication as her test quickly approaches. Hey, Kiyoko. Why do we say that again? With that day getting closer, she's really worked her hardest to revise as much as she can, isolating herself from the world as she delves further into her own. Just like the day I found her. Kiyoko?
Can't you see I'm studying? Didn't realize it was you.
I'm sorry for bothering you. Seeing this happen, it hurts. I head back to my desk with those words still in my mind. Kiyoko, looking on without sparing any more words, before quickly turning back to her desk. What just happened? This transition, and then just right into Naomi going oomph. That's epic. How about trying again when your mouth isn't full?
What's wrong?
Sitting across the table from me, Naomi scoffs down the remains of her sandwich as we sit at the side of the canteen, a pair. I decide to leave class pretty late, being one of the last to leave. It was all I could do to stop something like that happening again.
I'm going to the lab. I'm sorry about...
It's okay. Please do your best. Despite that, she still waited for me. Why do you think that there's something wrong?
You're just making a weird face is all. Though I guess it's not uncommon for you.
Thanks for the encouragement.
What? If something is wrong, why don't you just tell me? I'm your friend, after all.
It's just pretty funny seeing you eat so much. Having just finished a sandwich, several other wrappers remain strewn across the table as onlookers gawk at their idol's feast. The track captain going at it like this was some sort of buffet.
I have a big race soon. I told you that, didn't I? The extra calories help.
I guess that's how it works.
If you really get off watching girls eat, go take Kiyoko out for a meal.
That's the problem. Having caught onto my sullen mood, Naomi responds aptly with a pensive geese of her own. I don't know what this. A look of thought directed towards me as she licks the tips of her fingers clean. I am aroused.
So there is something wrong.
It's just me and Kiyoko. We haven't been spending as much time together as I'd like. Every time I question it, it feels as if something is wrong. The feelings I have for her, I can't understand them anymore. We'd only just become friends, yet to be in a relationship. Is that right?
Ah, right. She had that test, didn't she?
You forgot?
Of course I didn't forget. I'd like to spend more time with her too, you know?
I think your case is a little different. Or vice versa, ours.
Sorry I'm not head over heels for you like her. Just what is your problem anyway?
What do you mean?
Why do you feel so bad?
Thinking about it like that, it's hard to come up with an answer. I want to spend time with her. I want to see her. I want to have fun again. To me, it feels like that emotional connection is missing, the bond that brought us together. Don't you think it's hard to have a relationship when we hardly see one another? Kiyoko and I, are we really right for one another? I feel like we rushed into things. Is that really how I feel? Right now, it's hard to understand.
What's your idea of a perfect relationship? As long as there's feelings, that's what really matters, right?
Okay, we've gone through this, and like if we ever had any problems, Kiyoko wasn't there for us like Naomi is right now. Like this, she is obviously best girl. I want a poll of everyone who's played this game who chooses the Naomi route first. It's gotta be like 90 something percent, right? I can't be alone.
I think you just need to think about what you really want.
I want the best for Kiyoko. She told me she liked me. Love? Like? Is there a difference?
Love is a science too. But this was my first experiment. I'm happy it was with you.
Love.
Are you okay? You're looking a little weird.
Didn't you just say that was uncommon for me?
No, I mean... never mind. Anyway, if you love Kiyoko, that's what matters.
If I love Kiyoko. Speaking of perfect relationships, what's your idea of one? Surely you've thought about that kind of stuff.
Me?
No, I was asking your sandwich wrapper.
I guess
She pauses.
I'd want to be with someone who's always been there for me. To make me feel safe. And loved. That's what everyone wants, right?
In the end, I agree. To that extent, I don't know what I've done for Kiyoko.
Sometimes
I'm gonna
you
skip
have
that.
it with you
gonna skip
thinking
that.
about
Gonna skip that.
science.
Gonna
Can't
skip that.
explain-
If you're not happy, you should do what your heart really wants.
My heart. Just in case, we'll save this. You never know. What your heart? I don't know what my feelings are. We'll go with this. I don't know what my feelings are.
If that's how you feel.
Ooh. As the lunch bell rings in the distance, Naomi begins scooping up all her trash into a small bag, presumably to toss it into the bin.
Here you go.
What am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, I listen to your problems. The least you could do is do me a favor.
Alright. Wait, how did you even know me and Kiyoko were going out?
Going out.
You know what I meant.
It was pretty obvious. You might not know it, but she's been pretty happy. See ya.
Heading off abruptly, I idle around my table with a bag of Naomi's trash in my hand. I could probably sell this. Yet tossing it into a nearby trash can close to the doors. I walk out to the canteen with a new agenda. I need to tell Kiyoko how I feel, even if I don't know what that is. Boom, skip it. Tossing my bag onto my bed. We've read this, I feel like. I know I have to tell her, but is it as easy as that? After coming all the way together, at the end of the day, it's all my fault. I want her to be happy, so can I really do that for her if I'm not? With all these questions, I take a sip from a bottle of water at the side of my desk. It doesn't taste too great. Nothing is going to change unless I do it. Pulling out my phone, all of our old conversations pop up on the screen, a shared digital history. It's almost nostalgic. I'd first joined the club as a nobody. I had no real... I'm just going to skip this. And then I found her. Giving that up just because of a few weeks apart. I can't do that, can I? Shaking my head in an attempt to thwart my thoughts, I begin to type my message. Meet me in the city at 6. It's important. A date. We haven't been on many. Certainly not in the last few weeks. But it's a date. What with her studies, it's surprising to see a response so quickly. Okay. It's not much, but it's honest work. I don't know what things to go on like this. I love her. Oh man. I said I was gonna keep going. Fuck man. Okay, we've gotta power through this. I'm gonna skip some stuff, just for the sake of things. Don't hate me. I still love you all. People pass by. Alright, we're in the city. Alone. Time continues to pass. Alone. Meet me in the city at 6, I said. It's important, I said. ... A few minutes ago. But this isn't like her. Why is she late? Then again, to know what she's really like. It's not like an answer to the question now. As the sun sets. Oh, they mentioned the sun. It's almost funny. Romantic vibe. As the time we spend together continues to degrade. Okay, epic. But right now, I know what I have to say. All this time being in the club. It really has been fun. I really hold these days close to my heart. Pretty epic, but having to understand what my heart wants. We don't know what our heart wants. Sometimes we just have to adjust our personality to appeal. Epic. That's what Kiyoko said. Is that really what we've been doing? I can't tell anymore. Taking a look back at my phone, it's surprising to see that 5 minutes have already passed. And here, alone for so long, it must look pretty weird. The sky is shifting. That's pretty epic. With the crowd beginning to thin, pretty epic. Distant figure.
Sorry about being late.
Kiyoko Ishikawa, a classmate of mine. She's talked about a lot around the school, being known for her intelligence enough. Okay, we've known this. We know this. Don't worry about it. She came. Despite all the studying, she still came. Sporting a casual attire, a pink shirt covering her athletic body as her charcoal dress flutters in the breeze, she really does look cute. Holding an embarrassed expression as she looks towards the floor, it could even be called adorable.
You wanted to tell me something, right? You said it was important.
That's what I'd like to say to her. Yeah, I did. But I can't. Something inside me can't. With that sad look coating her face, it's clear she's picked up on the serious atmosphere I've created. Highlighted further that besides our morning run-ins, this is the first time we've really spoken in a while. How's the studying going? Making small conversation, that's epic.
It's been hard. Lately, I've been struggling a lot. It's starting to hurt.
Then take a break. Seeing her woeful face, it's really painful and not epic. Why don't you take a break? Yeah, that's what I said.
I can't do that.
Why not? That's very bold. Oh wow. Raising my voice, Kiyoko steps backwards in fright before sinking back into a sullen look. It hurts to see. Yo, so what is with this story? Why is our relationship with Kiyoko, like, why is the universe against that? It's like they don't want this to happen. There's so much adversity and like time apart. But with Naomi, it clicked. It clicked so well. I don't know, man. This is not epic. Do you really have to push yourself this hard? I want to be your friend again. Your boyfriend. You're smart. You're athletic. You're beautiful. If you wanted to go out with someone else, then why wouldn't they wouldn't be hard to find at all? Why me? All this time, I've wanted to make you happy. I wanted to be there for you. But that's been hard. As tears start to roll down my cheeks, all I can feel is pain inside as my chest continues to get tighter. So it seems like we're just like, we can't accept the relationship that Kiyoko confessed to us. Why weren't we like this when Naomi confessed to us? I said this before. Like, I don't know. This seems weird to me. Squeezing my essence. Okay, so tell me, do you really have to push yourself this hard? Kiyoko's startled, pretty epic.
Of course. I have to. I've been doing that all along.
Alright, she's looking back, she's got damp cheeks, she raises her gaze.
I've been doing that for you. Ever since you joined the club, I've been trying my hardest to come out of my shell. It's not easy trusting someone after all that happened with Naomi, but you changed that. I want to make you proud.
Alright, everyone is gone, there's no crowds here. Her words are ringing out solely to me. Epic. Two of us are under blissful summer skies, pretty epic.
That's all I've really wanted.
She steps forward.
People see us how they want to see us. It's as simple as that. Their definitions and on their terms. Is living life like that really fun?
Leaving the question open, I Christian ponder the quarterback of the Vikings before she continues.
I'm not always the energetic, happy girl that you've come to know. You can tell that, right? Things like emotions, feelings, they're difficult. Why do you think I put on the facade? It's hard to be happy all the time.
Alright, just because I can relate to what she's saying doesn't mean she's better than Naomi. I will stand by that fact, but I do have a newfound respect for Kiyoko, and I apologize for bashing her. Having those feelings, it really adds weights to my own. I was wrong to ever doubt her. Breeze, shimmer of light, pretty epic. She cries again. Pain deepened further in my heart, not epic. The pain of being in love.
I know I haven't been able to spend much time with you. That's been hurting me too. Just seeing you today really makes me happy. I miss you so much.
Alright, I'm no masochist, but sometimes that pain is enjoyable. It wouldn't be love without it. This entire time, Kiyoko had these feelings too. Shocker. Pretty epic though. Giving up someone like that would be wrong, especially not someone I love. I've missed you too, Kiyoko. I love you. Okay, she hears those words. Her eyes widen like a deer. Pretty epic. The sight of a nervous girl trying to hold back her embarrassment. Tears are being wiped away. No matter what, I want to support her through thick and thin. Pretty epic.
I love you too. I've always loved you.
That's kind of epic. After all the time, it's those words that I've been wanting to hear. I love you. Having come this far, the bond between us grows stronger. Kind of epic. Kiyoko Ishikawa, my girlfriend. Being known for intelligence, yet there's one thing that stands out the most. Her heart is even more than her brain. Kiyoko, there's something I've been wanting to give you for a while.
Is it a present?
It's a kiss. That's kind of epic. People see us how they want to see us. It's as simple as that. There are definitions and on their own terms. Whatever we're seen as, I really couldn't care. Right now, right here, all I care about is her. As her warmth presses against me, the sensation of her lips tickles. Her feelings match to mine. The tears of before now gone as I stroke her cheek, ruffling aside her hair. Things couldn't be any better. The two of us together, that's what I really wanted. From meeting her by chance. A kiss under the evening sun. It's unreal to think we've gotten so quick so closely, but I love it. Taking a moment to break apart, Kiyoko breath down my neck and still, together the scientist and her assistant. We'll take on whatever the world has to throw at us.
I guess that concludes today's club activities, right? Thanks for the present.
That's kind of epic, actually. I'll give you that. Okay. Is there going to be an epilogue is my question.
I love you.
Okay, it doesn't hit the same as Naomi's, even though I had to skip some stuff because this video's been going way too fucking long. Okay, there's the credits. They didn't give us an option to, like, remember when Kiyoko confessed to us in the Naomi route? I wanted to turn her down for Naomi. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that. Can I skip this? No. Okay, that's the video there. God. If you watch this whole thing, man, comment down below, kumquat, because wow, you're a gosh darn trooper. This was such a long video. I don't know how I stayed here, and I'm the one playing the gosh darn game. All right, do me 4 favors. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye. All right, Psyche thought epilogue scene, I guess. Heading down the corridor, while typically a menial task is strikingly different today. Of course, I knew this would happen, but seeing this person really does blow me away. I need to be blown around what would usually be considered a boring old nose board. A glimpse of a small piece. As I approach, murmurs begin to spread as surprisingly the crowd thins. That's right, I'm her boyfriend. A few people decide to pay classmate. National exam of proficiency in 95. Let's skip to the results. 5th place, not her. 4th, Kiyoko. Wait, what? 3rd place. Thinking about 3rd place in the entire country doesn't seem all that bad.
3rd place?
You too?
What? I'm allowed to check my friend's score, aren't I?
Alright, I'm glad we stuck around for the epilogue just because Naomi's here.
Where's Kiyoko anyway? We have to congratulate her.
She's with the principal. Although being in 3rd, such a feat has still put the school on the map. Yet again, I'm happy for her.
Shall we wait outside? People are giving us weird looks.
I think that's the best. And outside, the two of us stand in the summer heat.
How are things going with Kiyoko?
Naomi is so supportive. Why do we choose this route? I will never know. You mean our relationship?
Yeah, and that.
Good. Really good, having put all that effort in this day we've both been really looking forward to the most.
If that's the case, I'll leave you 2 lovebirds to it.
Don't leave us, please. What happened to we have to congratulate her?
I'll do that in my own time. I'm sure she won't mind.
That was the last time we ever saw Naomi. Heading off with a characteristic wave, Naomi leaves amongst the crowd of students heading home for the summer break. With a whole lot of fun now ahead of us, my heart anxiously beats to see Kiyoko.
I'm here. Where's Naomi?
She said she'd congratulate you in her own time.
Is that so? Don't you have something you should be saying too?
Congratulations? Times like these, I wouldn't replace for the world.
You could have put a bit of effort in. But still, thank you.
I guess we truly are. Chemically bonded. Oh wow. Did they do that? I don't think they did that in the last one. Yeah, I don't think they said chemically bonded in the last route.
Stay with me forever.
Alright. That's it. I already did my outro. Goodbye.